Our next guest is known for his outstanding work at ESPN, the NFL Network, James K. Polk High School, proud Michigan graduate who has shown great resiliency. He comes back every year after his Wolverines failed to do so against Ohio State. We're especially grateful that he went so far out of his way to come here, given his set is about 30 yards away. Please welcome Rich Eisen. Yay! Yay! Yeah.
No walk-up music, or?
Well, no, it was just an introduction. I spent all the money on that. We gave you the Bulls introduction.
We got all sorts of pillows sitting up here, and hey, Dan.
Wait, are you kvetching already?
I'm kvetching, yes. It is South Florida.
What is your favorite Yiddish word?
Oh, gosh. I think fetching's pretty good. That's a good one.
Mashugana?
Mashugana is great. Look at you feeding me Yiddish words.
I know.
Look at you.
Much nachas.
Much nachas, which is joy. You give me joy, I get joy. Who wrote that for you?
Good yontif.
Good. You would say that to me all the time. Whenever I sat down doing SportsCenter, I would sit down before, and you'd just look at me, good yontif, and I'm like, good, there you go.
It's because I had a Jewish producer for, I don't know how many years, 5 years,
right.
And we were in New York, and he said, you might need to know some Yiddish. And I go, when am I going to need to know Yiddish?
Right.
And then I got to the Diamond District to buy my engagement ring for my wife. And knowing Yiddish helped a little bit.
It came in. You got a little cut rate?
Yeah, because I said good yontif when I went in to buy my engagement ring for my wife. They didn't give me a discount, though.
So what happened?
I bought it.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, so when, you know, the Sandler movie Uncut Gems?
Yeah.
I know that feeling of going into the Diamond District in New York.
I have not seen that yet. I need to see it. I heard it's great.
He did a wonderful job. And I felt bad for him he didn't get nominated, but I said, but you're the underdog. Like, it might be bad for your brand if you actually got nominated, because sure. Well, I'm trying to help him. I felt bad because
that's the way you comfort.
Yes.
Like, it's good for you that you didn't get nominated, because your brand is you'd never get nominated,
and that's
basically a great way to be there for your friend.
Well, how would you feel if somebody says, "Hey, it's great you didn't get nominated for a sports Emmy.
Yes.
It's good for your brand.
It's good for your brand.
Okay,
that you're substandard or you're low rent."
Okay, so.
But great. Great. Who wrote? Which one of you guys wrote it?
McLevin.
McLevin, huh?
With the Michigan.
Are
you going to get back at me for that?
No. What's to get back? What's to get back?
What's that? Were you giving a hard time about? Who texted you in the middle of the game?
Fritzy.
Oh my God.
Very insensitive.
Okay.
Is this the first time I've seen you since that? Like physically seen you?
Do you guys want to recap this? Anything you want to say, Todd?
Well, I mean, I'll recap it for those who are just joining us. Certainly the studio audience here. That Michigan's playing Army, and as it turned out, the win-loss kind of didn't matter anyway for their national championship hopes, as we subsequently found out, leading to the dig that McLevin wrote for Dan to lead me into this chair. That, you know, I'm at my son's soccer game. My phone is literally on 0.5% of battery. I'm hoping that the way I'm following it through the app, watching this little football, the way it moves around on the screen and how it affects my emotions so greatly. And I get a text from Fritz, tight in the big house. And I'm like, yeah, it is.
It's a very poor Captain Obvious.
Thanks for the update.
That's why
Cronkite.
Fritzy's nickname is Captain Obvious.
Yes, and Captain Obvious struck.
I felt this need to let him know I was watching, and I was feeling for him in the Spilkes and the agony over what might happen. They may lose to Army.
You're not. It doesn't sound like that. It feels like you're rubbing it in when you say, "Hey, get excited."
It was meant to be not bad.
I feel bad because I do see some Orange Crush fans over there. But I was waiting for a similar big moment for the Broncos to play out this season for me to exact my revenge, and nothing ever materialized.
Unfortunately, they were blown out way before the end.
I've got that in my back pocket for when Drew Lock does actually do what it seems like he has the ability to do. But so, yes, good to see you again.
Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you again.
Much nachas. Good yontif.
All right, we spent way too much time in the first hour talking about the Chargers, the Phillip Rivers decision.
Yeah.
I think Phillip Rivers moved on from the Chargers, literally, since he moved to Florida.
Right.
And then I had a source who said to me, keep an eye on the Colts for Phillip Rivers.
Sure. I mean, the Colts, if you want to make complete and total sense of it, is the best spot. And Dungy, I'm sure, has said similar things on your show as he said on mine. The best landing spot for Tom Brady is Indianapolis. That team is ready to win. This year they were ready to win with their 12 if he didn't retire. And if Brady doesn't retire, which he's not going to, the perfect spot for him to enter with a situation that is all set up is Indianapolis.
Yeah, but does it make sense for Phillip Rivers to end up with the Colts?
Oh, sure. I mean, yeah, they need a veteran presence, one would think, at quarterback. But Phillip needs to, in the last minutes of a game, take better care of the football. I don't think his teammates were the ones who were, although I shouldn't say that. I haven't looked at the all 22, Dan, but sometimes an interception is on the quarterback, sometimes it is not. But Phillip would be a great spot for Indianapolis. Anybody that can come there and maybe bring a veteran presence in a way that Brissett did not would be a perfect fit right there. And look, the way things work in the NFL is season's over, they have exit interviews, they sit down. I'm sure Phillip was told, we're not going in this direction. Everybody kept it quiet because of the obvious sensitivities. And Phillip decided, let's go move back closer to home in Alabama, and wound up, from all what I'm hearing, is in Tampa. And that would obviously be a fascinating situation as to what their quarterback future is there. But it was obvious that the two of them found out from each other that we're done. And to me, living in Los Angeles, my 3 beautiful children never talk about Chargers football to me. Never once. Not at all. I mean, they'll see a Rams game, they'll see a Chargers game, and they'll stop for a Rams game because they know the Rams are in Los Angeles. They have not gone to that makeshift, if you will, soccer/football facility that the Chargers have been playing in. If Brady shows up in Los Angeles, my 3 kids would demand a powder blue 12 on the spot. And that is a fact. That is an absolute fact. And all of Los Angeles would stop what they are doing and say, the Chargers, like, yeah, they've been here for 3 years.
Yeah.
And that's what Brady would bring to the equation. The question is obviously all the moving parts in New England.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure this out. If the Patriots want him back, according to Robert Kraft, Brady wants to go back, then why won't this happen? Because
of something we're not completely familiar with, I think. 20 years of a relationship. I don't know. If it is a roster concern, that unfortunately can't be addressed prior to when the fail-safe moment of having to sign this contract is. It's right at the new league year. They have shown that they went out and they did get Antonio Brown, and obviously we know why that didn't work out. They did get Josh Gordon. We know why that didn't work out. So they could say the track record, we coughed up a 2 for Sanu, which rhymes. And that didn't work out, so they tried. But if it's roster concerns and he does look over the steering wheel and sees what he's got in New England, and again, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Eckler, and Gordon, and Hunter Henry, and then on defense, Bosa and Ingram and Derwin James, I mean, that is a serious roster that you have to consider is ready to win in a 2 to 3 year window that Brady, even with his superhuman anti-aging ability, has left. You'd have to sit there and think that. And how does the breakup happen? To me, that is, once this game is over, the story. And if it's Garoppolo winning it all, would make that story even more significant, because we in the media and many other people will forget that after they traded Garoppolo away, Brady did win 2 of the next 4, right? So they did get what they needed out of it.
I like how people are like, the Patriots regret getting rid of Jimmy Garoppolo. Not when they're hoisting 2 Super. If you said you could say to Belichick, hey, you're going to get 2 Super Bowls in the next 4 years, but you got to lose Jimmy Garoppolo.
See ya.
Yeah. But we're making it seem like, oh man, they made a mistake by getting rid of Garoppolo.
No, I mean they got what they wanted. And one of the years they didn't win it, they were in the Super Bowl. So they made it 3 out of 4 years. So all that said, once this game is over, we're looking over the steering wheel, looking at the combine in 2.5 weeks, which is amazing how quick it shows up. We will be looking at the Brady story, what's going on, and how do all the young pieces fit. I know Tua is coming on both of our shows later this week, Joe Burrow as well. Herbert, where does he go? And there's other quarterbacks that are rising, as they say. And how do they all fit, and what does that mean for Philip, for Brady? And I think Breeze comes back and plays for New Orleans. I know he says that he's got a process that he's going through. I would be stunned if that doesn't happen.
Unless he's got a TV job.
That's true.
That's the only thing I
there
thought
is
of.
I know it is an occupied spot in the Monday Night Football booth right now. But where does Romo go? Does he go somewhere? Would Breeze take that job on Monday night? And the fact that the rumor always was that, yes, Peyton wants to run a franchise, but he would have been interested in the Monday night booth if not for the fact that at some point in a blowout game, we'd have to turn to Peyton and go, so, Daniel Jones just got the job in New York. What do you think? And it would put him in a very difficult spot. Now that, as we all know, is no longer an issue. That will be an interesting media spot and how this might all play out.
Rich Eisen, host of The Rich Eisen Show, NFL Network host. Who's on the guest list later on today?
Later on today, Dion will walk over. And also we got Steve Smith Sr., Frank Caliendo, Jorge Masvidal will stop by. We'll talk a little bit of
by
pugilism.
The way, Eric Stonestreet was on your you Skyped with the great actor from Modern Family, Kansas City Chiefs fan.
Yeah.
He's got a beef with me.
He does.
I don't know if he knows the real story of the beef.
He doesn't.
Okay.
Or based on your read of it, that once the AFC Championship game was over, I called all of my friends who are Chiefs fans. He is one of them. And I FaceTimed him because, I'm a face-to-face guy. And I like to see when I'm celebrating. And he was already full celebration mode. As we all know, the NFC Championship game happened after. Long story short, there's several members of the offensive line of the Kansas City Chiefs reveling with Eric, and all of them say that you owe them dinner because the Chiefs were better than the Chargers. And you say you took the Chiefs all year.
No, I took the Chiefs this year.
I know that.
I took
there's
the
a
Chargers.
disconnect. All I know, again, is that we in the media, I guess we're all painted with one large brush by the people that we cover. One of the players screamed that I owed him dinner. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And Stonestreet goes, no, that's not Dan Patrick, that's Rich Eisen. And Dan's the one who owes us dinner. And they all widely agreed. And all of them had nothing but derision for you based on their facial expressions. So there is a disconnect here and a bridge to divide, Dan.
Bring it on, Stonestreet.
He's coming.
Wuss.
I know he's coming.
No,
but they all think that. Now, this said, if it was a 2018 wager, where you said your Chargers would be better than the Chiefs,
yes,
you still lose because they made the AFC Championship game and the Chargers did not.
Yeah.
Right. So both sides could be right that.
I'm more than happy to take him to Sparrow. I will. Fritzy went there. He said the ziti is great.
It is.
Is that right?
Salad, the ziti's fine.
In an airport?
No, right across the street from our hotel.
Right across the street. There's a Haagen-Dazs. You can take them out for dessert after
You just go right down the row.
It's right there.
But I'll take Eric out for dinner.
Look, I don't want to get involved. I was just wanted to give you a heads up because I'm friends with you. I'm friends with him. I don't want to be caught in the middle. It's really awkward, Dan.
Okay. I'm with the Chiefs this year.
You're all in.
Yeah, I said they were going to win.
So let's all just get along.
Why don't we just hug it out and then we move on?
I think that'll be a wonderful moment for you on Friday's show.
There could be tears. And then 7.5-hour pregame show?
7.5-hour pregame show on NFL Network. It starts at 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I will be there for all 7.5 hours.
Yeah.
I might do one of those, live action photographs to see how I progress in age in 7.5 hours. See how do I look any fresher?
Maybe you could get Scorsese to do that anti-aging he did in The Irishman.
The Irishman. Yeah.
All of a sudden you look like you're 26.
That's exactly right. I'll do that. I'll be the De Niro of postgame show host.
Thank you for stopping by as always.
Love
Rich
you, Dan.
Eisen.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.